dust on my boots and the sun in my eyes. A long road behind me, but I'm still chasing skies. The fields stretch wide like they're calling me home, but I'm a restless soul born to roam. The wind whispers secrets through the pines. Every mile's a story, every turn's a sign. I've got a heart full of dreams and a map in my hand, a guitar on my back and no place to stand. The road is my home, the stars my guide. With dust on my boots, I'll take the ride.
Wow.
The radio's crackling, playing old George Strait, and I'm singing along, letting go of the weight. The world feels smaller when the moon hangs low. Out here I find pieces of my soul. The night hums a tune only wanderers know. Underneath the heavens I let my heart show. I've got a heart full of dreams and a map in my hand, a guitar on my back, no place to stand. The road is my home, the stars my guide. With dust on my boots, I'll take the ride. Maybe one day I'll find a place to stay, a porch to sit on, watch the day fade. But until then, I'll keep moving along with the wind at my back and the pull of a song. Oh, there's dust on my boots and fire in my veins. Every town I pass through feels the same. The horizon's endless, it keeps me alive. With dust on my boots, I'll always strive. Maybe one day I'll find a place to stay, a porch to sit on, to watch the day fade. But until then, I'll keep moving along with the wind at my back and the pull of a soul. There's dust on my boots and fire in my veins. Every town I pass through feels the same. The horizon's endless, it keeps me alive. With dust on my boots, I'll always strive.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Living Life Dial Style. We've got a porch today that we have rotten post. Termites have eaten the post up. This wood was done 30 years ago and it was pressure treated. It's not the yellow wood pressure treating, it's it was the stuff that had arsenic in it, the old stuff, which I thought was better than the yellow wood. But anyway, the termites ate these posts to smithereens, guys. And what we're doing is, you could see in this part of the video, if you look at those porch boards that are bowed up, there was a post there originally, and it had slipped. The termites had eaten it up so bad that it had slipped, and the deck had started falling down, and it was pushing those boards up. So basically all we're doing is replacing all these posts. We've got these black caps that we're using to put on the bottom, because we didn't want to put them in the ground again, because I mean, on one of the posts I found active termites in, and they're getting a termite treatment done, but we still didn't want to put them in the ground, and we wanted to keep them above the ground if at all possible, just to eliminate that possibility of the termite situation. So these caps that go down on the ground are they're made for 4x4s, and I had to cut down, reduce the 6x6 at the bottom for them to set in it, and because I couldn't get the ones for 6x6s. But anyway, that's what I'm doing right here, and we're re-leveling the porch and everything. It's going to come out pretty good. So look at it and see. I'll come back to you. the porch up. Worked very well. And then again, I don't know if I said, but we used those galvanized bolts. We bolted the columns to the porch instead of just using the screws. And this is going to make a much nicer job. And basically used a chainsaw just to cut those old posts in half. And a lot of them, you could hit it with a mallet or either kick it, and they would break off because the termites had gotten so bad. Okay, right here on this end post, all the other posts in the middle we didn't have to put where the old post was, so we didn't have to worry about the post at the ground. So what I did here is we dug down and I cut that post off and as close to the ground, as close to the concrete that was under the ground as I could. And then what I'm doing is he's cutting those nails that were holding that post up with the reciprocating saw, and we're knocking that post out of there and getting that cleaned up. And then we're going to have to pour some cement on the ground and let that set up before we can finish the end post. Okay, now we're laying out the runners. Now, these stair runners were pre-cut. I didn't get these. Somebody else was going, the owner was going to do this himself, and he ended up realizing, I think, that it was more than he could handle. So he had already bought all this lumber for the stairs, and I'm working basically with what he got. If I would have done this, I would have pre-cut. I would have cut my own runner because we could have stood one more stair to the runner. So basically I'm working with this. Now the last step down is going to be higher than it should be. But the main reason they're getting this done is because the insurance company said that the stairs had to have railings on them for the insurance, and that's basically what happened. That's how all this got started. Then when they tore down the stairs, they realized they had termites in those posts, so they needed somebody else to handle that. So they called me in, and then just decided to go ahead and let me do the stairs as well. So that's where I'm at on this part. What we were doing right here is with the concrete is these are the only posts that are going in the ground. They're the handrail posts, and they need to be in the ground to be supportive to support. But what we did is we dug our holes and we put about an inch or two of concrete in the holes first, and then we set the post in on top of the concrete, and then we basically poured the rest of it with concrete. And what I ended up doing was putting a ring around the concrete footers where I could bring the concrete above the ground, and you'll see that right there, because I wanted to be able to not have dirt around the post. I wanted the post to be out of the dirt. And on the two middle runners right there, I had some cement blocks that were in the ground. And what we're gonna do on those is we're just gonna put 4x4s onto the cement blocks What I'm going to do right here is I'm measuring up how high I want my post, and then I'm going to cut them on that angle. The angle of that transition there was like 7.5 on 12 pitch. So what I'm doing, that way I can go ahead and cut my post off and get it ready for the rail that's going to go up. I had to notch the first board on the bottom to go around the 4x4s, and then the next level I will have to notch the outer board, because it's going to come out and it has to be notched around the 4x4 post.
Graduation day, time to find a way. First job in town, working night and day. Hands getting dirty, earning his keep. Building a future, dreams to reap. The working man with grit and pride. In the sweat of his brow, his dreams reside. Through the long hours and the endless grind, he's forging a path with a steadfast mind. Crack of dawn to the evening's light, he's chasing his dreams through every fight. With calloused hands and a steady stride, he's building a future with every tide. The working man with grit and pride. In the sweat of his brow, his dreams reside. Through the long hours and the endless grind, he's forging forging a path with a steadfast mind. From the quiet moments when the work is done, he dreams of the future of battles won. With every paycheck and every mile, he's paving a road with a hopeful smile. The working man with grit and pride, in the sweat of his brow his dreams reside. Through the long hours and the endless grind, he's forging a path with a steadfast mind. As the years roll on and the dusk turns to dawn, he'll look back with pride on the work he's done. The working man, in his heart he'll see the fruits of his labor, a legacy. The working man with grit and pride, in the sweat of his brow his dreams reside. Through the long hours and the endless grind, he's forging a path with a steadfast mind.
Well, guys, this has been a very hot day. The sun's been beating down on us. This project's coming to an end. We're just wrapping up on the rest of the top cap of the railing. It's been an interesting project. Just being able to take something that was in bad shape and get it straightened back up again. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video, helps the channel. Helps push the video out to other folks. Thank you again. We love you guys. That's it from Living Life Dial Style.